once I joined at the age of 18, I started to notice the military is full of degenerates, full of uneducated people.
The thing about fighting me is that you're not going to beat my ass. You're not going to beat my ass. You're not going to beat, I'm going to beat you. You're going to beat this, I'm going to beat you up.
Full of older people who are illogical, who don't understand the way that life actually works.
Why the would you have your goddamn hands in your pockets? Tell me a goddamn smart ass remark again.
Full of uneducated people. I thought that I would consistently be doing something that made me feel like I had a purpose in life.
I may not be the prettiest fucking sailor. I may not be the best. I may be annoying and a pain in the ass at times. Because what matters to me is the life I have begun as a United States Navy sailor. You may think, oh, well, she's just a sailor. No, I'm not just a sailor.
Gen Z is insane. They are complaining about the military. I'm sorry. Getting paychecks, not having to probably deploy as much or having that bad of a life is insane to me. We're going to go through this first one because this is probably going to be a new series, because if you guys have not checked out my first episode of kind of reacting to Gen Z military, check that one up right there, because I think that popped off and a lot of people agree with some of the stuff I said and had their own takes as well. But let's jump into the first video.
You know, joining the military at 18, I thought to myself, I'm gonna make this a career, use all the benefits, do my 20 years, get my retirement plan. And I thought that would be fulfilling, meaningful, and purposeful. But once I joined at the age of 18, I started to notice the military is full of degenerates, full of uneducated people.
I have to pause right here. Uneducated people. You know, that is fine and dandy to think people in the military are uneducated, dumb. There's a lot of enlisted that have master's degrees and stuff for whatever reason. Even people that have doctorates that I've known that have been enlisted as well. But to sit here and say people are degenerates and aren't educated is kind of an oxymoron coming from somebody that has, I have tattoos, by the way, on my entire body, from my back to my leg, whatever. I have no judgment against that, but I'm like, other people do and have a hard time getting jobs. So even with this new Gen Z saying, we love hand tattoos. But on top of that, not smart to say, let me wear my command that I work at currently. I'm going to wear their name, logo, identifying as part of that. I don't care if it's your rank or not. People are going to find you. And that is Surface Combat Systems Training Command. Isn't that insane? Someone's going to put you in place that is probably educated. And this could have been a conversation not for TikTok.
Full of older people who are illogical, who don't understand the way that life actually works. Their only experience is this, and you can very much tell. And 99% of the time, I sit around doing nothing. I've noticed that the military, I thought that I would consistently be doing something that made me feel like I had a purpose in life.
I'm sorry. I've spent a lot of time in the military. If I had what I'll call a nothing job where you're not busting your ass on a regular basis doing manual labor or whatever else, I would say be lucky. Count your fucking chickens, count your eggs, whatever comes first. But I'm telling you, dude, you're mad that you've won the lotto of a guaranteed paycheck. You don't have to work that hard and you have a lot of benefits and you can leave and go do other stuff. And you could, at that time, go to college, go do other certifications. Like, oh my gosh. You're still complaining when it sounds like it's like you just don't know how to manage your own time and manage your expectations of thinking like there's some glorious thing from God gonna come down and be like,
join the United States Navy, and you shall rise a hero as an operations specialist.
No one is going to do that. Every day is a Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off. You don't know why you're going to do stuff all the time. But there are days it's going to click, and that usually happens later down in your experience in the military. It's tough. I get it. You cannot experience all of what the military has within like one enlistment.
But no, most of us sit around doing nothing. I sat around in the warship, and I'm sitting around at this office, and it's boring to me. And the people that find meaningful things within the military, there's no benefit to you in doing so. It's all about whatever your specific Not even your job. You don't even do your job in the military. You do multiple other people's jobs. So it's all specific to one thing.
Are you feeling sorry for yourself? Well, you should be, because you are dirt. You make me sick, you big baby.
I find this hard. You lack understanding if you've been on a naval ship to understand culture. Did you not look around? Did you not see? There is only so much space, so many people, that maybe the heritage of the United States Navy would be you actually having to do other jobs and other things as well. And then I thought about this after the fact. I'm like, you making this video just means your leadership says, oh, we're going to gainfully employ you. We are going to make sure you have something to do. You want to be micromanaged? I'll micromanage you. That is what you've asked by making this video. And I'm not here to like blow up your spot, but I'm like, dude, you blew up your own spot here. And people in the comments obviously are echoing, and they are respecting his perspective on this. They're not the same as me, but that's why we have this thing. If you have your comments or thoughts, put them down there. But some people say this. This person says, exactly, I'm getting the F out one more year, dead emoji. This person, Hobo Moonshine, said, fill the dead space with school. The goal is to get as much training, degrees, certifications as possible. Yeah, dude, I don't have an MBA. Some of you guys get that joke, but I'll tell you what. I do have a degree that is equivalent in healthcare, but I used my time in the military, worked night shift, did a bunch of things to get certified to have a life outside that was better. I always tell people there are two truths about the military in general. You are a glorified janitor. Number one, you forgot when you signed the contract, they said you're going to this A school and you're going to boot camp. Doesn't mean you are guaranteed to do that job. That's just the truth. Secondly, this is the greatest 2-week notice that you could ever have. You know when that day is going to end. You know. Now, that's not the only complainer we have out here. Not the only one. Let's go for it.
This waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning shit, getting real fucking old, man. Real fucking old, man. Why am I up at 5 o'clock in the morning doing jumping jacks? For what? For what? To go to war and a motherfucker shoot at me and I do jumping jacks?
I laugh because I hate this too. I can't even be mad. I hate being up that early. Like waking up at crack it on 5 o'clock to drive over, get ready.
How is it? Good. It looks like you're enjoying yourself. Oh, yeah, that looks like you're enjoying. Okay, you okay? You
I don't like where this is going. Stop! Stop!
Ice cold, you're tired, everyone's tired. People are faking motivation, acting like they love this. They really don't. They wish they were back in bed. But then I'm like, this is like the thing we signed up for. Like, as every time I would be as mad, I'd be like, I did sign up for this. I did, like, every single Army military movie that is out there. You're like, yes, I should have known this was the case. People are going to run around, do some obstacle courses, carry people, whatever else. Like, then on top of that, I'm like, man, one day I'm not going to do this anymore. One day I will never do this again. And then on the other side of that, I'm like, dude, there's people out there that are paying. They're paying someone else to be up at that time to make them work out. And I'm like, whoa, I'm doing this for free and I'm getting a benefit. And if you get hurt, you know what to do. Go to that medical. You got me? Now, in this next instance of WTF in the military, this has got to be one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. I'll tell you this. It was skinny jeans when I first came in. Everyone kind of going crazy on that. Now it's the baggy pants, Gen Zers. But there are some interesting people that do not know the time or place.
We're all just like, who the fuck is he going? He's going to the realm, bro.
Hey, about face, brother.
He's going to the wall. They're protecting shit.
Find your local Renaissance fair. Put it in your car first. Don't wear it. You can wear regular clothes. You don't have to wear that in the car. I have to give specific instructions. While you're at the fair, change into this. Do your whole thing. And then change out of it before you leave. Regular clothes back to base. Thomas says, God forbid a sailor have a productive hobby. And someone says, I know Pensacola when I see it. You gotta be. Is this an A schooler? Is this a person in some kind of aviation A school out here that is like, actually, I am going to Mordor?
One does not simply walk into Mordor. Its black gates are guarded by more than just orcs. There is evil there that does not sleep.
Okay, I don't know much about fucking Lord of the Rings, but you know this dude is speaking Elvish. And lastly, probably a villain says, it's the full armor and sneakers for me. And if anything, if he is running, we should not be mad. He is only doing a weighted run exercise, which I can't be mad at. He's trying to uphold the standards of the culture of fitness. But what are you guys thinking about the Gen Zers out there that are essentially exploding over on TikTok and sharing everything? Let me know down in the comments below.